the Dode Fox Podcast.
So welcome back to the award-winning Dode Fox Podcast. I'm Ronnie, he's Paul, and this is episode 326.
Like, subscribe and click the notification bell on YouTube. Support the pod at buymeacoffee.com/Dode Fox Podcast. Listen at dodefoxpodcast.com. Follow us on social media at Dode Fox Podcast.
And if things go to plan, Paul, we are in a new setup.
We are, yeah, and we're in the same room for the first time in maybe even this year.
It's definitely this year.
Apart from the Bonner Hall, that was a bigger room, slightly bigger room. But
a lot of people watching me.
There was, yeah, and now there's nobody. It's great. It's perfect.
Yeah, we've been on online for a wee while, but we are back here. A few changes to the setup. It's no as cold.
No, it was Baltic the last time I was here.
It was freezing. We haven't got a TV if this works. It might not work. It could be audio only, but
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see how things go. I would love to jump in and say the week that was is packed, but it's not. There's only one bit of info. And last week we recorded on a Saturday night because I was going on holiday, so I'm jet lagged to the hill still. Maybe on the Sunday if I'd recorded, we might have had a sniff of this.
Might have made the rumour now.
Might have made it. Because you didn't see him on Saturday at the game.
No. But I was aware he was there.
So you could have said that.
I could have said that. I was aware he was there. But like in what capacity, I didn't know. I didn't know. But yeah, I was told that he was at the game in the main stand. I wasn't in the main stand. And my head wasn't even thinking about Johnny Russell on the drive home, I could assure you.
Johnny Russell is home.
He is home, yeah. And it's, I think it's a good bit of business for the club. I didn't see any downside to it at all. I assume he's not on a king's ransom. I can only see benefits to him training with the squad and hopefully, not just on the younger boys, Rondo, but in general, like Abdi, his influence should be able to rub off on him. You know, the fact that he's 35, 36, whatever he is, he's clearly looked after himself. He's come in, he's absolutely ripped, muscle bound by the looks of it. And the one thing that I've been speaking to a few people and they're like, but he's a big name, so people will look up to him. I'm not sure how many people in that squad will actually have known who Johnny Russell was. And that's not a slight on Johnny Russell, it's just the fact that there's so many people from different countries in the United squad this season. But boys like Ross Graham, Big Sam, Owen Sturton, they kind of fail, you would think, to learn something from him.
Yeah, and I mean, he's 36 in April, but as we've seen with Stephen Fletcher, it is literally only a number. And I mean, it was interesting what he said in his interview. I was away. I flew out on Sunday, but I was kind of keeping tabs on what was going on, and obviously that was any group chat around. He was saying it, and the only thing I would send back to people was the picture of JR for Dallas, just because it was about I could muster. And I was saying to them that I was quite excited about it, thinking, you know, there's a player that we effectively worshipped. Like, he was so good for us, and for me, there's always that. Like, I was actually going to say to you, Ken, what is your the Johnny Russell that you remember? Like, are we going to get that again? And then linking it to his interview, like he said, you know, people will say I'm my age, and he says, but I actually think I don't think I've lost much. I think I've lost a yard and whatever. And even in the wee bits this week, and I've only seen wee bits because I've been away, I've probably seen them at the time he's been on the pitch, right enough.
Yeah.
But already in that wee two cameos, you can see there's the football player we all knew is there. But I generally think he's probably has got better wee experience. I mean, people are saying, like, fans at other clubs, well, it's a striker, doesn't score goals. Well, he was a right winger most of the time at any time he played abroad. But you think of what he brings in, captain at Kansas for so long and stuff like that. And you can, I think there's clearly something there for him to come back, because when we spoke to him, episode 53, 5 years ago, can you hear his daughter playing in a band behind what? When he was saying, like, he kind of got the feeling he was settled in interviews you've seen since. I mean, he's a US citizen.
Yeah.
So there had to be something for him to come back and, like, say, maybe a king's ransom getting paid.
No,
but
no chance.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And hopefully not just for this season, depending how it goes.
Well, that's, yeah. So straight away when it came out, you were like, oh, I wonder how long it's for at the end of the season. But it makes sense, because let's be honest, like, with the best will in the world, we didn't know, because there's some things that he's not going to be as good at, I would assume. Like, he's not going to be as quick as he maybe once was, and stuff like that. But his experience, and he's just basically what to be on the pitch and when to be in particular positions. I'm assuming that'll went up a couple of notches with his experience of him playing for the last 13 years, I think, since he left Tannadice. So if the opportunity presented itself, who knows how it all came about, but if the opportunity presented itself to bring Johnny Russell back to Tannadice, I really don't see a downside to it. He doesn't tarnish his reputation in any way, shape or form. I've seen somebody queried that on social media with us, and I went back and forward a wee bit about that. Unless he scores the goal and he's in net that relegates us this season, he's not going to tarnish his reputation. It's just not going to. That's no something that's a possibility in my mind. I'm really looking forward to seeing him getting up to speed. That's the only thing. Like, we've only got nine games left. It's probably going to take him a few weeks to get up to speed, because he's not played for months. And then by the time he is up to speed, hopefully the season is going to be about done. So
I think the thing, and we'll touch more about it when we get into the games, but you can see that, you know, up that experience. And I think Stephen Fletcher always said it, kind of like, the pace is maybe not, but your brain is, if you're still maybe even a step ahead, and a couple of nice wee touches he's had in the 2 games, you go, come on, there's certainly some in it. And if a ref hadn't blown his whistle on Friday, we might have seen a bit more. But
we'll get it.
You know, I think my only thing is, how did it not happen weeks ago? That's my only thing. But again, he's maybe not on the radar because he's not played as much and whatever. But
yeah, who knows? Like, as I say, like, I don't know how it's all came about. Yeah, in an ideal scenario, if we could wind back the clock, we go back to January and try to make this deal happen. That's not the way life works. We can't go back in time, unfortunately. So we've just got to make do with what we've got here. But hopefully he shows enough on the pitch, certainly. Like, regardless of all the influence that he could potentially have off the park, hopefully on the park he can show enough. And then in the summer, there's another conversation to be had. Like, whether you get another year out of him, or if you didn't, then both sides move on. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, and they were obviously trying to work their best on Tuesday to get it through, and it did come through. He was named on the bench, and he's shock. Obviously, he was on the bench. St Mirren came to Tannadice. It was 5 hours behind for me, so I certainly never seen any of it. So I actually waited. The go up at midnight, the goals. So it was kind of whatever time it was for me. It was a bit later than that. It must have been about 6 a.m. here by the time I got around to sort of watching the goals, and then seen wee bits of it. But someone were coming to town. There was a new man on the bench. There was a new man on the tannoy. And you were in your normal spot. But what were you thinking walking up the road?
Well, you ken it was a big game, like, relatively. Like, we couldn't...
But we spoke last Saturday, mind, and the mood you were in wasn't great.
No, of course. And even on, like, if I'm being honest, even on the day, like, I thought to myself, it's no... Some people were saying it's a must-win. I didn't feel... It wasn't a must-win in the sense that, well, if you didn't win it, you're bottom of the league, or this happens or that happens. But it felt like I must not lose. So I was of the mindset, well, we'll probably come out, we'll set up to get a fucking point, we'll get a point, and that'll be that, and nobody will be happy, we'll not be happy, they'll not be happy. So I was thinking it was probably just going to be a bit of a stalemate. I wasn't expecting a particularly great game. Like, you never get, regardless of the surface, you just didn't seem to get great games against St Mirren. So I was kind of, I wasn't as angry as I was on the Saturday night when I last spoke to you. But I can't say I was overly looking forward to being riveted the whole evening.
3 changes for the Motherwell defeat. Ross Graham, Manny Agee and Amar Fatah back in. Strain Eskison and Nambo dropping to the bench, and obviously Johnny Russell onto the bench as well. Again, watching from afar is always a bit awkward. Kind of, I'm looking at the time going, you see the lineup and you think, all right, okay, kind of inevitable that these changes will happen, but I was probably in must-win category. I was feeling that we had to...
A lot of boys were.
Was a draw the worst result? Maybe no, but
Wouldn't have been a great result for anybody, though.
No, definitely no.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, I don't think we're going to get a classic on that surface.
No.
The rest of the season. They're going to be hard work. Hopefully, it might give a slightly upper edge in some of these games because we're playing on it. But it was probably important for all the frustrations on Saturday to go into Tuesday and be as on the front foot as we could.
Well, we were at the start, certainly.
You'll need to take me through the game.
Yeah, there's not really much to say, but we definitely started the better team. And we actually played some no bad football in a couple of spells. Which was belying the fact that we were on that dirty field. But it was decent at the start, certainly. And then...
Your mate pops up.
Shock horror, yeah. And that did make me smile quite broadly on this daft face of mine. But it was a good move, and it was a great band for Mane. Vichko, I thought he was really good on the night in midfield. He was back to his usual self, I thought. He gets a shot away. It's a decent save. And at the time when it went in, I can't say that I celebrated it because I thought Fatah has pushed him here. Like, again, it happens at the other end of Tannadice where I sit. It looked to me like he pushed him. So I was expecting the usual VAR's going to intervene here. And it never did. But then, having seen the goal back since it, he doesn't really push him at all. He's got his hands on him, but he doesn't really push him. So the question's got to be, what was Marcus Fraser thinking he was doing?
He's in two minds, isn't he? Like, it's if to say...
What, put it top corner or bottom corner?
But is it like... Is he thinking, I can put it over the bar, I can put it to my keeper, can I put it wide? And ultimately, he just sticks in the back of the net.
Scores a great goal, yeah.
Jamal George is like...
I think Abdi was like that, though.
Yeah.
Abdi was like that, yeah.
I certainly didn't think it was a foul. It's not enough of a foul.
No. But at the time, because where I'm seeing, Fatah does put his hands on him, but he doesn't push him. But it was just surreal.
It's funny too, because Marcus Fraser, it's in and he's on the deck and he gets up and the light bulb goes off.
I've known about that.
Push. Nah, mate, no hearing it.
Nah, it was never.
Does early in front, early on?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Definitely. We were the better team in the early stages, but we still had, in the remainder of the first half, I would say that we were probably meriting being in the lead, but there was still a couple of moments at the back where, and one where Keristes has switched off, like it's almost again, how many times have we said this was too easy for him, just deal with it, just see it out or put it out, just do something. The boy nips in.
It's on a touchline. I'd seen that.
He just switches off, Rondo. Everything's comfortable until it's no. And then that was an opportunity that they had. And there was also one with Mark O'Hara at the back post. And
to the cross.
We're fortunate he sclaffed it. If that's up the other end, I'd be really, really frustrated that we took that chance, because that was a gift. Yeah. And that was just sloppy fucking defending.
Kamara had the last chance, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, it was a decent chance. But when we got on at half time, 1-0 up, there wasn't really too many complaints. We were kind of as comfortable as we've been for a few weeks.
Half time, again, it's hard. Because of the pitch, and I hate bringing it up, but it's not great for Beth, but probably did take the upper hand. Certainly in our read and saw. We were...
St Mirren were essentially hoofing the ball up the park, and after the game, their manager had came out and he said, look, we were just trying to get it into United's half and then try to play football, and then if we lose it, if we make a mistake, at least there's still 60 yards to get to our goal. So that was their tactic, but the ball was in the air an awful lot.
But at half time, pretty... happy enough?
Yeah, because obviously you're winning, and it's a rare thing this season that we're in the lead for any length of time. So yeah, we were happy. Probably just thinking, let's just keep it tight, boys. Let's not get anything silly away early doors, certainly, and let's see if we can build on this one goal lead.
It's hard to say it's silly. It's a really good strike for the boy.
It is.
Can we do better?
Of course we can. Yeah. It was. I think it's Manny that's fouled the boy put on the wing. And I thought, and I've seen it back, and I still think it's a shitey cross. I think he miskicks the cross or something, the boy Tanzer that puts it in. Because it doesn't seem to go where Abdi's wanting it. And luckily for St Mirren, that boy's held back. And I think that was maybe his first touch, because he just came on at that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm right behind it. As soon as he's hit it, I'm like, that's in the top corner. Are you kidding me here? What is going on? So it was as bad a start as we could have possibly had. No doubt about that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not unusual. You can see the goal, but it was going to be important how we got reacted to it, and Ross Graham has a chance.
Yeah, the header for the corner, Yeah, should maybe do better, but he was getting challenged, I suppose, so... Yeah, it was a good opportunity, I suppose, but I never took it.
Physical battle, kind of across the pitch.
As always. Like, that couldn't have been a surprise. Like, it wouldn't be a surprise to anybody in the stands.
Was it, I mean, I kind of said, obviously, Stephen Robinson comes out and says that's how they sort of played. Were you a wee bit surprised that they went so route one?
No, not really. No.
And again, it puts a defence that have not been great. Under a lot of pressure, but so far so good in dealing with it. Given the goal doesn't come for a ball like that.
No. We defended in the main. We defended all right. Like, as I say, like in the first half when we were playing all right, we still switched off, in my opinion, twice with Kerastes, the first instance, and then at the back, I forget who the defender was at the back. The Yuri. Can't mind. But somebody switches off anyway, and that's when O'Hara gets his chance. But in the main, we defended all right, but it was basically aerial bombardment all night. They just missed their midfield out. They just missed their midfield out the whole night.
And I mean, it's a team. You see that for a lot of the teams at the minute that are so bang out of form. I mean, it's like they've not kicked a ball since they won the cup.
Yeah, they're still hungover or something.
Which is it's a fair hangover.
It was a good night probably for him, actually.
Right, it was.
Maybe it was a weekend.
And then obviously you're missing it. I mean, I like the boy Phillips. I think he's a good player. The boy Bacchus was better his first term when he was there. I don't think he's kicked on as much, but I've always liked the boy Phillips. He's dangerous, and he hit the bar, didn't he?
He did hit the bar with a header, yeah. So that was another opportunity. So, like when you get to the end of the game, obviously we know the result, but there were certain moments that went for us, like O'Hara's sitter. The boy Nindaloo or whatever the boy, you could...
No bad, that.
That close.
I was there to butcher that. Maybe Andrew did that, I can't.
He was really keen to be speaking that, man, so he was. But and then hitting the bar as well. Like, again, like, if you want to be uber critical, we're no winning a header and we're in box again, and he hits the bar and we get lucky there. But there was an incident in the second half as well, and I seen it at the time, and after the game, again, Robinson's come out and he's bemoaning the fact that there could have been a red card in that game, and it was when Kamara, so Bacchus has got him. I think Bacchus is fucking grabbing him or something, and he does swing an arm out, but for my money, he doesn't touch him. Bacchus goes down hard in his face, and thankfully it didn't go to VAR.
VAR must have looked at it though. They must have. Well, was there any VAR shouts on the night? No.
Not that I can remember.
No.
I mean, I thought they would have been checking the first goal because
again,
I don't think there was any lengthy.
Nah,
the penalty. That was the lengthiest check. The penalty.
Yeah.
And that was
we'll get to that in a minute.
That was hilarious.
I've seen a really grainy clip on social media, and I didn't think he even hit him. And that's a grainy clip.
No, he doesn't touch him. There's no way he touch it. I think he's lucky though, because he's trying to hit the boy to get him off him, and he misses him. If he had caught him, then like it's hard to defend, is it? You could, because Vichko is basically at Motherwell. He's been done with the same thing. He is, whether he's lashed out or whether he's flicked out or whether he's elbowed him. It's very hard to say for the footage, regardless of anybody's opinion on it. It's very hard to say 100% certainty. Well, that's exactly what he did. You could see that he's made a motion to get him off him because Mastroianni's been grappling with him, and it would have been the same with Kamara. Like, if he had caught him, it probably wouldn't have mattered what went before. The fact that he's getting grabbed and boy's got his arms around him, he would have been off probably.
Yeah. Let's talk about the penalty.
Yeah, clear penalty for me at the time. Clear penalty. Anybody that goes about with their hand in the air and the ball hits it, they talk about not a natural position. That's his unnatural position.
It was a clear penalty when I seen it.
Yeah.
And I didn't even care what the debate was about. And then I read there was near a 3-minute VAR check.
Oh, there was, yeah.
How?
Well, so I was the same as you. I was like, I mean, the whole East stand screamed penalty because it was obvious. Like, his hand's in the air, the ball's hit it. And then speaking to a couple of boys around about us, they were like, they're maybe checking for offside. And I was like, I didn't look offside, but then it might have been, I wasn't sure because the angle I'm not really going to see that. And then somebody says, I think it deflected onto his arm. And I was, and looking back or thinking back, I was like, but he's run back with his hand in the air. Like, even if he's headed it onto his hand, you can't have your arm straight up in the air like he did. But thankfully it was given.
I'm not, like, we will never on this podcast defend VAR unless we got a really good decision going for a. But why in the age of VAR does a player need to have his hand up claiming for offside?
Yeah. I think he knew exactly what he was doing, personally. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. And he was hoping that it was going to be offside.
Yeah.
Because, as you say, like, he's clearly blocked it with his hand, his arm, whatever it bloody hit.
Like, but in the day and age of VAR, you didn't need to do that.
No.
Like, I was watching that.
It's maybe just in you. It's maybe like subconscious that you just do it because you've been doing it your whole career, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, it was as clear a penalty as you're likely to see.
Ross Graham getting on the end of it if that hand's not there?
Who knows? Who knows?
He was going for it.
Of course, yeah, but ultimately...
Oh, and then Gogic says it hits his head first. I seen him doing this.
Yeah, but my argument would be, well, regardless, you can't be going about with your arm in the air.
Well, this new rule of if it hits a different body part than hits your hand, then it's not a handball. But I believe Matthew McDermott says to Stephen Robinson, man, no other time. Like, there's depends where your hand being up here. Of course. It's different if it hits you here and hits your hand.
That probably negates. Yeah, that probably negates.
Hand up in the class asking a question.
Exactly.
Yeah?
No, well, he was asking for offside, was he? So he was asking a question. But to me, it was never in doubt. Although when it does go to VAR, then I get this wrong, it is. And the longer it took, you're thinking they are looking for a reason here. Which is what VAR is for, looking for reasons, but looking for a reason. Just no give this.
So they do it in reverse, so they'll check the handball right away and they'll go, yep, it's handball. Yeah. Then they look for an offside.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for.
But when you're at the game, in that moment, when your team's not being blessed to be lucky VAR decisions, I'm thinking, how far back are they going here?
Quite far.
Are they going 10 minutes back for a misawarded throw-in further down the park? No, but it was given. We were all delighted about that. I don't care about anybody else, but when we were all waiting on it, I was thinking, I wonder who's taking this. And then when the ball gets passed to Amar, I was thinking, that's not what I would have passed the bat to, being honest. In that moment, no. Because he missed against Vienna, he missed his last in against Kelly. I would have rather it was somebody else that took it.
Really?
Yeah. Egg on my face, eh?
Stepped up and, well...
He rattled a home run on no complaints.
Any shouts for the sideline? Any subbies due to come on at that point?
Yeah, so there was... So just before Gogic decided to run about with his arm in the air, United were ready and Johnny Russell and Trapanovsky or something. I can't mind what was coming on. There was two of them coming on. And it was written in the stars in my own mind. And like, we've just been awarded a penalty here. He's stripped and ready to come on. Bring him on and let him take the penalty. But I've said that to a few people since and they're like, oh no, you couldn't do that. I'm like, that's exactly what I would have done. If I was Jim Goodwin, that is exactly what I would have done. Yeah. But no,
fair pair of Swedish cojones and Amar Fatah.
That's it. He took it. He's brave enough to take them, set a bars on him, and he tucked it away. No bother. So I hope he's on next time. But in that moment, genuinely, I was now wanting him to attack it.
And obviously, you got hooked right on that.
Yes, yeah, but that's fine. That's fine because the crowd was up. We were 2-1 up. Johnny Russell was coming on.
Motivation.
Yeah. Even before that, like in the first half, it was quite funny because I think a lot of people, because the game wasn't the best, like so you're waiting on subbies warming up. That's what we've come.
That's what we've come to.
And then Johnny Russell, you see him and another three of the players that come out. Will Ferry was one, and the crowd starts singing his song. And you could see him, and I reckon he was talking about a minute, to be honest with you. And he stops at the corner flag, and the song gets louder and louder. And you could see them kind of laughing, the subbies, and Will Ferry's trying to push him to get him to run in front of the stand. He just wasn't for it, but then he eventually did it. But for Johnny Russell's point of view, that must be class, because I'm assuming that he's more than aware of United's fans' feelings towards him, even though he's not been here for 13 years, because he's one of these players. When people leave United, a lot of the time you're like, wow, I don't really care what happens. Like, you don't really follow them too closely. But he never spoke badly about United. He went to Derby, did well for himself. We got a transfer fee then over to the States. And ultimately, he's never played for any of the horrible other Scottish teams that we compete against. So the reception he got was not a surprise to me. I didn't think it was a surprise to him, but it was a cracker of a reception, like no doubt about it.
Just on, we should have touched on this before we went into that, but you were like, this clip's got to go out for episode 53.
Yeah.
And he spoke, again, that was 5 years ago when he spoke to us, and he said, if it comes back, if it's the right time, if everything feels right, and I think it has to make sense to Beth, and obviously that's what it was. But you can imagine, even when he come out to warm up at the start of the game, I'm assuming it was for fans. It was, and like you're saying, Kim, when he last played, you were just in your 40s, but you think of like you say, the players, but
the East Side, so the East Side boys chanting his name. I'd be amazed if any of them had seen him.
Leo.
He'd never seen him.
No.
On YouTube. He'd seen him on YouTube scoring that goal against Douglas.
So there's stuff like that. It must have been amazing. But he's introduced right on as the goal goes in. 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go, something like that.
Something like that,
something like that. Was it no nervy? But when he comes on, was there any of you going, fucking, dinna fan your arse? Ken, you're Johnny Russell here, Ken.
I just want him to get the ball.
And I thought, I think it might be his first touch. He plays a nice wee flick round the corner, and you're thinking,
yeah. And that's it. Like, the first yard's in your head, is it? So he might have lost a yard or two of pace, but Ken, he's a clever player these days.
Yeah.
But like, in fairness, he didn't really see much of the ball. As I say, it was more hoofing it in the air and whatever, and on that pitch it's not the easiest, but we did win a free kick just outside the box.
It's only one boy that, and that was that.
Of course, and everybody was like, right, the amount of phones that were out, Rondo, myself included, I was thinking, I didn't care what Rondo's going to say about this, because if this goes in the top corner, this is going vital. But ultimately, as I was about to say, unfortunately, I think it hit Gogic in the pus. So I don't care if that is overly unfortunate.
That was done, that joke.
Exactly, it has done, yeah. But he's got to be the boy that's on free kicks. It's as simple as that.
How injury time in that, when a board goes up, was it getting the nervy as a United fan?
Yeah. But just because of what we've seen this season, I mean, even just before the board went up, you're getting into squeaky bum time when it comes to United. You know, we've seen it with the Hibs game, with the Kilmarnock game, losing really late goals and really sloppy goals. But we've seen it out relatively comfortably right up until the very last act in the game, and they got a free kick just outside the box on near the corner flag, and you were struggling to watch. I was like, just please deal with it. Just please deal with it. And the boys hit an absolutely shite free kick.
It goes out,
Aye. So he done one a favour.
Delighted to hear the full time whistle.
Delighted. Over the moon. Skipping up the road, Rondo.
Johnny Russell's first United appearance since May 2013. That's incredible.
Hopefully next week you're talking about his first United goal.
Here's hoping. Obviously, for a matter, Fatah, after his penalty miss the other week, changes it up, sticks it right down the middle. He stick a penalty here. Keeper's always struggling unless he stands still. For that as well. Again, pitch conditions no great for Beth, but deserved 3 points over the 90 odd.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I think that it was a bit of a battle. It was a bit of an aerial bombardment at times. Of the small amount of football that was played, I think we played the better of it. But don't get us wrong, we still rode with luck in a few moments. Then hitting the bar, O'Hara's clapping it. They did have a couple of chances, but no, I think it was probably deserved, and I think that the St Mirren manager was of that opinion as well. Like he was obviously cursing the fact that he's in right back's head on the band, he's in net, but in general, I don't think that they could have come.
I was saying to you before we started, as I was coming back, I listened to to our teams on street and the BBC, because the BBC were at the game obviously, so they were going to do like a 45-minute on the match itself, so I kind of listened to that, but that included the interviews like with Goodwin and Stephen Robinson, and I mean Stephen Robinson was asking, do you think it was a foul on Marcus Fraser? He's like, no. And I thought, fair play, like, and he's been very honest, like they're in a fucking battle. They're at the wrong end of the table for a battle right now. Because again, like we've said, they're still hungover for December. But that was interesting on like the way managers obviously see games and whatever. But he was honest. Like, yeah, they had a chance, but again, a wee bit, what's my boy doing with his hand in the air?
Yeah.
Like, it's
of course, like, it's just foolish, is it? Like, if that was the other end of the park, we'd be slating whatever it was that done that. Like, because you can't do that. And surely a professional football player kens that you can't take that chance these days. But there he is, standing in the middle of the box like a Statue of Liberty. Ridiculous.
It's a massive 3 points, given it was our first win of 4 league games.
Yeah.
Given the start, I was going to say start 2026, but I suppose it has. It's not a great start to the year, but it was a massive 3 points, must win if you want. But it took us to 33 points now, even including the game yesterday. You know, it's 12 points away from 11th now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll speak about Friday. It's a different thing, but still 9 games to go. It's still a big gap. I still
think we need a few. I still think just for comfort reasons.
Yeah, I said there can't be anyway. I know Luke Stevenson's come out and said, you know, we still need to play this season. Like, it's not done. The hope is after Friday, and just being on the league now, it's not a dead rubber, because you just you find yourself losing games and those but under you winning games and dragging you,
which can easily happen if you switch up.
I mean, it's still 12 points. I get that. I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot. That's for a team like that to win 5 games.
Yeah, and usually
out of 9.
Usually that team haven't really proven that they can string together 4 or 5 wins under.
Well, that would take Kilmarnock, who have only won 4 a season,
exactly
to equal that. Livy have only won 1.
Yeah, so I think they're away.
14 points.
I'd be amazed if they do not finish bottom of the league.
Yeah.
I think it's Kilmarnock are in a real fight with whoever for that.
St Mirren 24, Aberdeen 29.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you laugh yesterday night?
Well, we'll get there.
But yeah, 33 points. And like I say, it's 12 points. But you're going to play on them again.
I know.
We're not a great bottom 6 team.
No.
Or a split team.
When it comes to the season, like it feels very much like it is almost done. And I say that as a fan, and I say that as even the people within the club, they probably would have had targets this year. And I know that the talk coming out is, they're saying it kind of candidly though. They're like, well, top 6, we're still aiming for it.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. It's not been on for a few weeks now. I don't think anybody
it's 9
really
points.
Really.
It's only 12 to play for, and look what else to
Celtic,
play.
Rangers, Dundee, and Livy, I think. Yeah. So if the target this season was top 6, fucked it.
Yeah.
If the target this season was to maybe try and get to Hampden, fucked it. So we are essentially playing to try and finish 7th now. And is that going to motivate this group of players? Time will tell. I have my doubts, but I think that we will accumulate more than enough points in these 9 games that we will be safe.
Yeah,
and and then we could hopefully get to the summer and forget about the last.
Generally, I think if you're sitting under 30 points, there's a bit of
you'll be worrying just now. Yeah.
But again, like you're saying, you're needing a Kilmarnock side to go on a real run that they've not really went on. I mean, we've not really went on a run, but you know, although we've drew far too many games this season, you know, threw too many points away. But ultimately, if you turned 1 or 2 of them in, we wouldn't be in this conversation.
No, of course.
It's still that United mindset of, it's 12 points. It's like anything. It's only 2-0 up.
Of course.
It kind of feels a bit the same.
But we think that because of what we've seen. Like we're saying that today because of what we've seen this season.
Yeah.
So it's no like historically, but just what we've seen this season, the amount of games that we've thrown away when we've been playing all right and we've been in commanding positions. So yeah, that's the wee nagging doubt in the back of the head. But I'd be really, really surprised if we now get dragged into that relegation scrap. Like, we shouldn't. It's not to say we canna, but we shouldn't. But I would still be a wee bit more comfortable with at least another 6 points.
Yeah, I agree.
And out of 9 games, that better be achievable, Randall.
Yeah. And I think it's that kind of margin you're looking at. Again, I think you're be more worrying if you're a St Mirren and certainly an Aberdeen fan.
Yeah, big time. Yeah,
you know,
because I still think St Mirren have got something about them. Aberdeen, I don't know what it is with them just now. They just seem to hate. Went on the roller coaster and it's on its way down. Like they've peaked with the Scottish Cup almost 12 months ago.
We've seen that movie before, very recently.
Yeah, but it also happened years ago with Hibs. I can't remember what year it was, but when Terry Butcher went in, and I think in hindsight he probably regrets doing it, but his first couple of games as Hibs manager, Hibs were relatively comfortable that season. Relatively, probably bottom half though. And he come out and basically buried the players. He's like, well, majority of these boys will not be here next season anyway. Now, whether or not they down tools, I don't know, because I'm no Hibs fan, but their results absolutely plummeted. And it resulted in them. Like Tony Andrews spoke to us about it, because he played in the playoff game where Hamilton basically put them down. So it can happen. They're certainly not too good. Some people say, you're too good to go down. But they're not too good.
On paper, we were too good to go down.
Of course, yeah. The football history is littered with teams that should have been too good to go down.
And on paper, they've got to be doing better than they are.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
You know,
like as United fans, I don't think United fans are thrilled this season, and I don't think that's bombshell news to say stuff like that. Aberdeen fans, I know that we care about them. They must be absolutely seething. We've touched on it before. The amount of finance and support that their managers have had, the players that have been brought in, the wages that they're probably paying, compared to United, it'll be through the roof. And for them to still be as shit as they are, it's unbelievable. That is a failure across the board up there. People, you could argue it's been a failure at Tannadice, and it has, in my opinion, but what they have managed to achieve in the sense of failing, it's way beyond what we've done.
Yeah, I mean, we're frustrating, underwhelming, but I mean,
it's just a different level, eh?
But again, we came what happens. You could win a Scottish Cup one year and hear an absolute
next.
Seen it, and I hope it happens. Friday, off to the Hydro. You were. I was still at 1, so I never seen much of this either. So
we feel like frauds today, do we?
So I think we just move on.
Yeah, speaking about a gamble, weren't they?
So did you, your plan was to get him and put it on and watch it on full?
Yes.
Did you?
I did, 100%. Show got wind of it, but she didn't let it on.
Don't believe you.
She didn't let it on. So
don't believe you. She actually took her phone out.
She was messaging her daughter, and I should have a couple of messages about it. But so I just put my phone off, so there's like more personal info, but Leo had yet another empty.
Oh, you touched on that.
Leo had yet another empty, so I says to him, buddy, any bother, phone your mum. He's like, well, that's okay. He said, there'll be any bother. I was like, right, any bother, I'll phone your mum.
Did he get his McDonald's this week?
He got his McDonald's. He had, what was it he asked for? Mixed fruit Copperberg. So I had to get some of them in the fridge. He's 17 now. It's illegal, so I'm probably going to get cancelled and sacked. But there was a few tins. No enough to get you hammered, by the way.
You can bet like 0% of that. You never can.
Probably. I've seen him. I've gave him the odd tin anyway, and he'll had it all night, and I mean all night, and then
like his dad did.
Kinda. I go through the other room and pour it out, like, and then stagger back in. But no, then he'll go to his bed at the end of the night, and I'll go, he's left his empty tin there. Oh, full. I'm like, he doesn't even like this shit. So there was about.
Did the bother watching the game? Or?
They did watch the game. Him and his mates that were in. So a funny story for it, like so I got a text for him because I did check my phone, just him specifically, a message after the gig. So I checked it and he was like, Dad, I'm sorry, I broke a cup. I was like, that's no big deal, like, don't worry about it.
Scottish Cup.
There wasn't a Scottish Cup. That was already broke. I was like, how did it happen? He was like, me and Ewan were washing his clothes. I was like, right, I need to put my phone off.
Wait a minute.
I can. So in the moment I had to leave it because it was like washing his clothes. So, and ken what mug it was that got broke, Rondo?
Go on.
Paul McNichol, wee tits. The handle has come clean off. Oh. Devastated.
Two-hand Sue is no longer going to two-hand you.
Nah, so on the Saturday morning after the game that I've not even spoke about yet, I was like, Leo, how did that happen? Oh, we were washing Ewan's clothes. I'm like, okay, right. Why? Because Leo's never washed anything. Like, obviously, he's a teenage boy. He's never used the washing machine. Probably doesn't care how to switch it on. So I was like, how did you manage? What setting did you put it on? I said, I phoned Mum. I was like, how would your mum ken how my washing machine works? So I had them both standing. I was like, show me exactly what you did. I says, you're not in trouble, although the tone of my voice maybe suggests that you are. Show me exactly what you did here. So they were doing whatever they were doing. I was like, right, okay, right, you kind of done the right thing there. I said, but what the fuck were you washing your clothes for? Oh, they were dirty. I was like, I'm just going to leave this. So whether they were dirty or no, Rondo, I didn't care. What I do care is the laddie's clothes weren't dirty when he got to my house. So whatever's happened. I have no idea. Were they hammered for the Copperberg through a Bowery cell? Who knows? But I'm now a mug down, and I said enough of that.
How did the mug get broken? I'm still waiting to find it.
It must have fell out the cupboard when the washing machine was vibrating around my flat. Unbelievable, eh?
Oh, that's...
Larry's 17 now. 17.
She's mate just sitting there naked.
Brenzo
like,
rocking horse.
Just sitting there, are they just sitting there on the buff? Was there a packet of digestives open? And we'll go day further.
None of that nonsense. None of that nonsense.
You hope.
But to your original question, Rondo, I did manage to avoid the score of the game, yes.
So, take us through you watching it back then.
Yeah, so I get back at 12:30 for Glasgow. Settled down, get the TV on.
Copperberg in hand.
Nick Copperberg, no. And when I was watching it, I wasn't liking what I was seeing, the lineup. I didn't like the lineup, the team. I didn't like Trapanovsky being in the team. And I didn't like the fact that Vichko was at the back.
I was amazed.
Because
3-4-3, by the way.
Vichko was excellent against St Mirren in midfield, I thought. Regardless of what my Uncle Billy says, he doesn't rate him. But
Uncle Billy can.
But he kens his football as well, so we'll just say to disagree, or agree to disagree. But I thought he was excellent. Really, really good. And to see him at the back again, I didn't like that. Trapanovsky, for me, no. I'm not having it anymore. You've got to sit through about 100 bang average things to get some moment of brilliance.
I mean, I was amazed it went 3-4-3.
Yeah.
After the...
Amazed and disappointed.
I'm not want to say success, but I think the 3-5-2 against St Mirren, no Motherwell, but the games before that worked.
Yeah.
I just...
Yeah.
For the amount of legs that Falkirk have proved they have in the middle of the park, to put that on two boys who had just played Tuesday as well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Again, trying playing two wide players to try and get inside of Falkirk, given, right, okay, but again, there's still arguments that the back three's it's just an experiment that's went on too long and hasn't really worked.
Well, that's probably where I am as well. Like
but the three in midfield has shown it has worked.
Yeah.
So again, you've got ways of dealing with that, and we've won games playing to be three at the back, but we have five in midfield, gives you a bit of protection.
Yeah.
I was amazed at that.
Yeah, it was stinking.
And for the first 20-25 minutes,
yeah, it was dreadful.
Showed.
Yeah. Before the game, I was quite confident. I don't know, maybe it was cup fever or I was knackered because it was half midnight when I'm starting to watch the game. I thought, we're going to win. And then when I saw that, I was like, okay, we're shooting towards the United in second half. Johnny Russell's going to come off the bench. He's going to score the winner. We're going to go berserk. I'm going to hate Tyler Childers for making me miss this game.
You could have finished after that sentence, to be fair.
Forever and a day. So I was quite confident. And then, 7 minutes in, I think it is, we go and lose a goal that's almost identical to the goal that we lost at Falkirk Stadium 3 weeks ago. Albeit the keeper gets a save on this end. And then, like, we've got enough boys in the area, and none of them want to get it.
None of them.
They just all watch the boy Barney Stewart head it in and then pull a face.
What was that about? Why is Andy doing that against United this season?
I don't know.
I tell you what, right?
Should the keeper do better?
We'll come back to that in a second. The boy Barney Stewart's some story like.
Oh,
he's playing for Kerry Uni, yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
But at the start of the season, going to Dunfermline, banging in goals, come back. I tell you, he's got something about him.
He's on a good trajectory.
He's got something about him.
Yeah.
It's probably a good club for it and that, because
he's going to get a chance there, isn't he? He's only going to get better.
He's a good player, and
his manager makes players better.
And Ken, what it is, it's probably the last. As he's come back and started to get goals, it's a name you start going, okay, wait a minute here, now you watch and you go, that's a player that could really go places. To think he's playing for the uni, could just stop studying.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, fair play, but I think the whole things. Keeper could do better, defence could do better.
Yeah, the defence backs off. The ball then goes to, I can't remember what, is it Spencer that takes the shot? Or Ambrosio? Or it's any of them that takes the shot. And in the moment, Spencer. And in the moment, I thought the keeper's got to do better there because he's pushed it out into the box. I'm no goalie, so I didn't, and I'm Ken, you're no goalie. But I thought he should have done better. But even in him pushing out where he's pushed it out, we've got three defenders. Watching, eh?
Not one of them takes ownership.
Not one of them reacts. Not one of them. And it's the easy. Like the boy Barney Stewart might be a good player. It's any of the easiest goals you'll ever get.
Yeah, they'll score many easier this season. But
so it was yet another shite start to a game for United.
It's just we've saw this type of defending too many times this season.
Our season. We've seen it our season.
Just, it's like, again, we've seen it in a back three this season, right? When one of them could be in a stormer. You can't do three boys' jobs. Just can't do it. I've seen it. I can't mind what game it is, right? But whatever game, Juvo was the best out of the three of them. He's doing a hand, but he's trying to do everybody else's job. And then that one time a goal comes kind of for his side and it's like, it's like, you can't do that again. This just felt like the three of them are doing it. But again, this is what are playing a midfielder or the right side of a defence. I mean, it doesn't matter what was in there. We still might have never fucking cleared that.
No,
just the way we're going at the back.
Because nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to go and clear it. Everybody just stood and watched.
On our heels.
Yeah.
And it's... you're not stuck in any mud or tatties there.
No, of course. Yeah. Of course. But even like the first 7 minutes of the game, you were thinking, why? Well, we've kind of touched on it, but I was thinking, why have we set up this way? Why have we set up this way? Because we are going to lose the middle of the park. It's inevitable. Yeah. And we're going to lose the middle of the park to a team who are very comfortable with the ball. It's not like St Mirren.
On their own pitch.
Yeah, it's not like St Mirren the other night where they were just humping it over the midfield. And like Falkirk want to get the ball down, they want to play football, and in general they're pretty good at it.
Right.
And we just, before kick-off, we just conceded the fact that, well, that's going to happen. And I say that, like, the manager and the coaching team probably come out and say, that wasn't the plan. No, that might not have been the plan, but if you're going with two men up against three men, it's common sense. You've got a man extra straight away, and they're pretty good on the bar.
That's 10 minutes in.
Exactly. So my positivity started to wane.
What about 20 minutes in?
Raging. Absolutely raging, thinking, what have I stayed up to watch this pish for? Because at that point, I thought this could be about 5 or 6. Because we were just absolutely shite. We were garbage.
Yeah. I mean, for how good a cross it is.
But how many times? Rondo?
Yep.
We didn't stop crosses. And Ken, what, if that's the plan, that's fine, lads. But you hate to stop them when they get in the box. You've got to be the first person to get to it. We didn't stop it, and we're not the first person to get to it. Is it a surprise? Absolutely not. And then again, when it happens, you see Vichko shouting at Ross Graham and Ross Graham shouting at Vichko. Whose responsibility was it? I thought it was Ross's watching it. I thought he maybe should have come out and cleared it. But this happens after every fucking goal. It's almost like nobody thinks it's their fault. Why is that? Do they not understand what they're meant to be doing? How many different formations of these three have we put in a back three last season? So many.
Well, I'd hate to think now, like...
So many. It was just shite. It was disappointing. 2-0 down, and it was so comfortable for Falkirk. So comfortable. And at that point, I genuinely thought, we are going to get annihilated here. This is going to be an embarrassing result. It obviously didn't get any worse score-wise. And in that first half, the first 40 minutes, I would say, I had no idea what we were doing.
No.
None.
I think.
No idea what we were doing. I had a minor rant about Trapanovsky to show. I was like, this fucker. I says, he's not for the fight ever. he disappears in games. I forgot he was even there, and then I basically said, mind the last time they were there, and he's went down with a knee injury, skinned his knee or something, and then 2 seconds later, does he not go down, hugging his knee, and he's off, which was fine, because if you are injured, get off.
Yeah.
Like, didn't hang about like you did last time, because that was pointless. But it contributed nothing. Sapsford, he had a header, I think, or he kind of, he's jumped up and he's kneed the boy Henderson in the guts as well, because he wanted it a wee bit more. But I'm not really sure. Him and Waters, they were just too far away. As I say, I didn't have a clue what we were trying to do going forward. It didn't really seem like we knew what we were doing.
Yeah, well, that was 27 minutes in the sub happened, and obviously putting Eskison on went into midfield, but that's going to take a wee bit of time to get to run into it, and it kind of did, and probably the goal comes against the run of play, let's not lie about it, but it kind of gave a bit of a glimmer of hope.
It did. Going
into half time to be 2-1.
Yeah. And I was back on the we're winning this trip. I was in the front garage. I was.
The emotions are
but like
goals
change games though, Rondo. So I was thinking, as shite as we have been, and we have been shite in this first half, it's only 2-1. Like, we cannot surely play as bad in the second half.
When it was 2-0, it was 2 going on 3 or 4.
Yeah, easy.
Because they had, I wouldn't say they had clear-cut chances, but there were a lot of bars in the box, across the goal.
Yeah.
Troubling the keeper, I would say.
But they looked them more likely.
But then Ferry cuts it back, and it was just one of them that you just see Esker, and it's like, he's going to score here, because he's on his end.
Yeah.
Should be in the better.
Yes, he should. Huh? But you didn't shoot, you didn't score.
Absolutely. So 2-1, half-time.
Yeah, delighted. So before you say, how did you feel at half-time? Over the fucking moon. Because we had played absolutely garbage, and we were only trailing by 1 goal, and we scored right on half-time. So that could be a momentum changer. That was my thinking.
Yeah. Obviously, the big thing going into the game was obviously Fatah and Yovo were out. Because again, I think if
they'd have been started.
I think so.
100% they'd have been started.
I think so. I think if I think you then maybe get similar to St Mirren, but you are asking boys to go again and again and again. I get that, but you're getting on the other side of half time, and probably thinking, right, I wonder if the goal stops another sub or 2 happening, because I think of going into it, like you think of boys. And Manny's come in and been a bit of a revelation of, this is a player that could do something. Anonymous. Kamara, anonymous. But again, the 2 of them are just chasing shadows in that midfield because of the extra man.
Exactly.
They're playing a 4-2-3-1, which we should play. They get a bit of protection for it, but they've also got, they've got boys that are rapid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the boy Calvin Miller just because.
Yeah,
but he's a good football player.
Yes, they've got good football players. They've got good football players. Like the boy McCann, I don't like him because he drops at the slightest contact. He's this new generation of player that thinks any contact and I'm going down because it's a foul, and 9 times out of 10,
I get it. Yeah.
But his deliveries, it's up there. He's got a great delivery on him, similar to the boy Cadden at Hibs. Great delivery on him. So of course, when we've played Hibs and Falkirk, we just let these boys sling deliveries into our box, and then I deal with it. So, half time. I think you're spot on, because if we go on 2-0 down, it's probably the last throw of the dice stuff for Jim Goodwin. He's probably going away to make a number of changes, because it's all or nothing, is it? Like you're either it's the cup, you're either in or you're out. So to get that goal just before half time, that probably changed his team talk massively.
I actually thought we'd come out in the second half and started really well.
We did. Probably for the first 15 minutes, I thought we had them pinned back.
A couple of corners in that were quite dangerous. Yeah. Either Sapsford's got a bury it, or it's a really good save for Scott Bain.
Yeah.
I'm kind of right down the middle.
Yeah, so am I. It was Waters that put him in, was it? Yeah, it was a great ban for Waters, who, like, he's had a lot of criticism. I thought he was all right the other night. I thought it was one of his better appearances, and I wonder if that's because he was up front with Sapsford for a period of time. Yep. Like, we're asking him in missed games to just chase, and it's obviously no.
I think when again touching back, I think when you've seen Waters and Fatah play together, I think because Fatah gets a wee bit of freedom.
Yeah.
It can leave waters on his end, chasing things down, but you saw they could have a wee bit of link up as well. And I think, again, it probably shows the Wars needs to play in a 2. Ken, or with somebody at least close to him, Ken.
But we're 9 games for the end of the season.
100%.
We've figured that out, yeah.
But like you say, great band.
Sapsford. You're thinking for all the world he's going to score. He probably should score, but it is a good save. Like, as much as...
That's how I'm probably doing the middle there.
As much as you don't want to give him credit, it's a good save. Like, if that was at the other end, we'd be thinking that was an absolutely brilliant save. But it's a massive, massive missed opportunity.
Yeah. Johnny Russell came on per Mark's Wars, 20 minutes to go. And again, we touched on that it'll be interesting to see really what he brings to the team. And I thought...
His first touch. When you're scored for it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's the type if we can get... Because I think this is a Johnny Russell that'll no play as a wide right player. I think he needs to play up in a 2, which is quite clear as we've seen as he's, when he come on there on Friday. It's a great touch, the flick to Ferry.
Yeah.
Bar across the goal. Now, I will tell you, that's when I and the mind that was watching stopped working.
Oh, no.
As the bar comes to Sapsford's foot, and I automatically think to myself,
yeah.
Do you know missing for that?
No. And it was incredibly unlucky around it. Like, he's done everything, almost everything right. It's even when it hit the post, I was still up way after 1 o'clock in the morning shouting, because I thought that's just a nestle in the far side of the net here, and it just didn't.
See, when you've, again, I think I said this last week or the week before, but it's a Sapsford who's desperate for a goal. See, when you've no luck. See, when you're out of form, or a wee bit out of form and chasing.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Luck deserts you as well.
Oh!
Yeah. It's unfortunate, like, it's really unfortunate. If you want to be critical, you expect your striker to score there, but Christ almighty, like, he came as close as you can possibly come to outscoring. But yeah, that was gilt-edged, like, and again, I go back to it, goals change games. Like, if we had got that, who knows what would have happened.
Yeah. There's one incident we need to bring up. Ross Graham goes up, wins a challenge.
Yeah, that's right at the end, isn't it?
But I didn't ken where this is.
It's right at the end.
It's either before or after Miller hits the post for them. I think it's before. Is it after it? Right, sorry. But anyway, Ross Graham goes up, wins the bar, goes through to Johnny Russell.
Yeah.
Now, given VAR is in play, that has to play out. I'm still not convinced it's a foul.
Yeah, I don't think it's a foul, but I haven't seen it from numerous angles. Like, the angle that we see it, it's no foul. And my belief in that is firmed up by the fact that the Falkirk boy is rolling about like he's been poleaxed, and then he's no. As soon as the refs blew the whistle, he's up and he's absolutely fine. I think Ross Graham got booked for that as well.
And he did.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
So, if the referee's got a better angle and he clearly sees Ross Graham leading with the arm, if that's what's happened, then the ref's within his rights to stop the game there. But like, we've seen it before. We've seen it. It was last season. It was at Dens. It was Yort. I can't mind why I went up with the boy Silla, and he just collapsed it. It wasn't a foul, and the ball fell to Yort, and he scored. Now, whether or not the keeper probably
he would not have scored, right?
Who knows? But yeah, it was obviously it was shite, because the way that I think Ross had went up, I can't mind if it went straight there, but the ball ultimately ends up at Johnny Russell on his left foot in the box, goal gaping,
front of United fans.
I'm not saying that he definitely would have scored,
but he definitely would have scored.
That he probably would have put it in the top corner. No, but it was, I didn't think it was a foul. But as I say, I've only saw it for the one camera angle. Maybe the other side you would actually see Ross leading with the arm. I don't know. I suspect he's no got that in him. That's one criticism that people have got of Ross Graham just now. He's too nice.
He's not hungry enough. Not fucking dirty enough.
So, yeah, I didn't think it was a foul. But the ref will have had a better angle than what I got.
Yeah. Calvin Miller, like I say, he had a chance. The boy Kieran Wilson has a chance. One of them hits the post. I can't mind what in, but we got halfway a wee bit in and we somehow scrambled it clear, but it was...
But towards the end of the game, I'd said to Show when we were watching, I was like, there's another goal in this game. Either we're going to get it or they're going to catch it. It was just the way that it was going.
Well, we were a bit gung-ho by then,
weren't we? Well, you had to be.
Yeah.
You had to be. And it just didn't pay off.
Because obviously, it was 94 actually that happened when Johnny was through. But through Dolchik on as well for Kamara, and kind of went for it.
So at the time, totally understood why they would do that. I thought, right, that's fine. It's an attacking player. We've got to do something.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, that absolutely killed us. We never got the ball back.
But I went back to front
We
quite
never
quickly.
got the ball back.
Yeah.
Johnny Russell was just chasing shy. He was getting frustrated with his teammates. Dolchik never really got in the game. We couldn't get the ball.
Yeah.
Whatever Kamara was giving us, we completely lost it when he went off, and that was it for him.
It was a weird thing because I think for the first, I touched on it, but the first 45, it was probably the poorest Kamara's been for a while, and Manny, purely because of what they were up against. But in the second half, I thought they both come into it, and started to get. And again, this is still a Manduna fella in the middle of the park, but I thought they kind of took a bit the grit. We had Eskison probably just in front of them, again. But it was like it was probably like there could be another goal coming, but I couldn't tell you what it was for.
No, that was it. It was a game of basketball at that stage.
And then the whistle went, and it was
season over. That's the way it feels. That's the way it feels. It was really disappointing to get into such a big game, and we've been here before, where everybody's up for it, and by everybody I mean me, you, the couple of thousand that travel through to Falkirk, the other thousands that are watching it on the TV. We're all looking forward to it. It's such a big occasion, such a big opportunity, especially this season, and we'll get there when we'll laugh at Aberdeen in about 5 minutes. You're so close to Hampden, you're so close to a cup final potentially, and to start that game the way that we started that game, it's inexcusable to me. I have no idea how we set up that way, how players still couldn't be up for it, unless they're just confused by what the manager's asking them to do. But he's been asking them to do the same things that season. So if they're not getting it now, surely you've got to think, right, maybe we should change the message, because it's no worked. It's no worked. But as I says to you, even before they took the lead on Friday, I didn't like the setup, because they had a man extra in midfield, and they're good with the ball. They're comfortable with the ball. They're one of the teams. There's some teams in football that don't want the ball. We'll just hit you on the break. But there's some teams that want the ball. Falkirk are in of them, and we essentially says to them, there you go, lads. You hear the ball, we'll try and defend. Yeah. And we've shown this season, defending's not a strong suit.
No, we were slow start, too many missed chances as well, but defensive lapses are just...
We essentially gave them a 2-goal start. Now they'll say, we got ourselves into a 2. However, we basically played a game that lasted 70 minutes and we were 2-0 down.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
And it's very, very hard to come back for that. Now, we nearly did. Sarsford's had a good chance. It's a great save. Sarsford's then had another good chance. It's really fucking unlucky. But ultimately, we gave ourselves a mountain to climb. And we came out the traps the opposite of flying.
Yeah.
We were so slow. Basically laboured out the traps, and it was just grim. And as I say, as a fan, I'm sure that we'll hear all the sound bites and everything from the club and the players. And I'll probably even pick myself up a wee bit, because we do have derbies coming up. We've got at least 2 derbies until the end of the season, but it just feels like the season's done. It's just been one great big wet fart for a season.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously that run of games was quite something, 7 or 8, and I really think it was so amount of time, but it's still only 1 in 6.
Yeah. So, like at the start of this run of games, we were kind of hoping, well, hopefully you can play yourself into form and you can pick up victory after victory. Which hasn't happened, is it?
No.
Hasn't happened. Didn't look like happening. Hasn't happened. And now we're at the end of this. We've now got a week before we're next game. And as I say, it's very difficult to think that it's anything other than just like game over for the season. Almost,
yeah. I mean, you've 2 derbies.
And we'll be up for that.
An Aberdeen game. Still as well.
That'll be one of the worst United Aberdeen games since the last day. Probably
should be up there.
Should be. But it's trying to get fans to buy into that now, because it's almost a set. Apart from the derbies, they're never nothing games. Even if we play them in friendly Discovery Cup pre-season tournaments, you still want to win them. And as fans, of course, we're going to be motivated to win that derby. Yep. The punters are the players. if they couldn't have gone for a quarter-final against Falkirk, an eminently winnable game, they only went there and won 3 weeks ago. I fully believe that they're going to be as up for this as what I need them to be.
Yeah. I think it's when you look back, obviously, it's, the relegation season, which was, gave ourselves half a chance and then shut the bed in 5 games. Going to the Championship, everybody says United will win the league, and people say we're, crawled to it, but I don't think there was ever in doubt we were the better team, and Wraith had the season of all seasons, And then last season, we probably punch above our weight, being a newly promoted team, and somebody had to finish 4th.
Yeah.
I can delight it was us.
Yeah.
And this season's been underwhelming.
Yeah.
We've threw too many games away. We've drawn far too many games. That, again, even if 2 or 3 of them turned into wins,
and they should have,
we're maybe not in that conversation of where we are.
They should have.
They should have. And there's so many. I mean, we've said it a million times. Literally should have been Rangers twice. Kind of daft things like that, and there will be other games that we're just really poor in, and that's sometimes just the way it is. And sometimes some of the draws have been, could have been defeats, but ultimately, if we'd have turned around another 2 or 3 of them into victories, it's maybe we're probably neck and neck with Falkirk, really.
Yeah.
But you've had Falkirk have an absolutely brilliant season. And not in the way they play, but similar to us last season, newly promoted team, punch above your weight, and again, they say, United, 6 biggest team, whatever. Our budget's I don't think. You look at Aberdeen, you look at Hibs, Hearts, they're paying massive, but the comparison could be a Motherwell.
They've caught lightning in a bottle, though. That they've struck gold with that boy, and I suspect he'll not be there next season, and quite possibly a few of the players as well. So we'll see how they get on. If you're a Motherwell fan, just enjoy it.
It's unreal.
And they are enjoying it because they're backing their team in big numbers. My concern with United is season tickets are going to be out soon, and there's a lot of general unhappiness. Now, you've touched on it. I don't think the budget probably is what we all think it should be. Who knows? We're not privy to these conversations, but just from everything that you hear and the amount of cutbacks and whatever, look at the pitch. That's obviously a budget thing in part, but it's really it's disheartening in so many ways, because I said it a couple of weeks ago, I think, and even before the season, I suspected we would finish bottom 6. And you pulled me up about that early doors in this season, and rightly so. But I just thought that because it's going to be difficult to replicate 4th. If we had have finished 5th, for example, this season, would people have viewed that as a failure because we finished 4th? I would like to think that we wouldn't have viewed that as a failure, but it just feels, the fact that we've now cemented we're bottom 6, well, we've not cemented it yet, but it does feel like that we're going to be bottom 6. It's more the manner in which we have constantly played, and it's no worked, and we keep doing this. That's what's pissing a lot of people off. We've got ourselves into good positions in games, throwing it away. It's no a good watch. It's no like a Falkirk, you go and you get entertained. It's no like Motherwell, you go and it's an entertaining game. It's pretty stinking to watch. And I get the impression from looking at the players, it must be pretty stinking to play in as well. Only they'll be able to tell you that, and obviously they'll not come out and say it publicly that it is, but I suspect 1 or 2, if not more, probably didn't enjoy playing the way that the manager asks them to play. The defence, for example, I don't think any of them at all like playing in that formation. They just didn't, because none of them seem to be good at it. The finger of blame keeps pointing at other people when there's goals conceded first. Nobody actually thinks, "Fuck, that was my fault. It was my man." That never seems to happen. So I'm not sure where the enjoyment's gone this season when it comes to the players, the fans. We're a pretty downbeat just now. I don't know what's going to happen in the summer. I would like to think that the recruitment's going to be slightly different, but I suspect it won't be. The markets that we were looking at last season, I would imagine it'll be the same.
I think that's where because of the budget.
Of course. But I think that what we've learned this season is it maybe wasn't as successful a recruitment period as we thought it was back in August, when we're thinking, this boy's class, these boys will be a great team. It's kind of fell away, and there's things that you kind of see on a YouTube video or on a fucking Zoom call speaking to the boy, or on a stat sheet when you could see how far he runs and how many tackles he's made. There's things that are unquantifiable. Like you kind of, these things don't tell you. You've got to see him. You've got to put him in that situation to find out exactly what he's got about him. And what we've found out this season is there's a lot of boys lacking, certainly in fight and dig, leadership, and when it comes to the defence and basic defending.
Yeah, I think there's been every one of the defenders has had a good spell and a really bad spell.
Yeah,
every single one.
Yeah,
one. That's I'd
love to say to them, like, how has that happened? Like for your point of view, Mr. Kerristes, how has that happened?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy playing this system? Why do you always fucking switch off? Like, I would love to speak to them just to get to the bottom of it. And I'm sure these conversations have taken place, but ultimately, we're still doing the same thing. We're still putting out the same information, and it's still not working.
Yeah. It's got to be a kind of peter out. You've got to still fight about them.
Yeah. That's the fear.
100%.
If we couldn't get up for games like a quarter final or a Scottish Cup, are you telling me that we're going to get up for a game post, or I think it's the last game before a split Livingston or something? Are you telling me we're going to be up for that?
No, you've got to play a derby and then the Old Firm.
Of course. But I'm not convinced we're on the way. I'm not convinced. Because we've shown this season that even if you're up for part of the game, like we didn't string together a 90-minute performance.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, what, half an hour on Friday for half time, probably. Up to that's our second chance.
That's unforgivable. It's a Scottish Cup quarter final. It's unforgivable. How can you not? We said at the relegation season, we've got ourselves in a great position here. 5 games left. We're third bottom. We've been bottom last season. And then not one of them, and I can't, it's a different team, but it's the same manager. We just weren't up for them. How is that?
Yeah.
A lot of it's on the players. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting all the blame on Goodwin. A lot of it's on the players, but you've just got to want it. Lucas Stevenson was the last guy that I seen come out today saying, no, the season is not over. And I'm sure that he wholeheartedly believes that, because he doesn't look to me like the sort that plays the game for any other reason than to win.
Yeah. But he hugely missed after the split last year as well.
Yeah. But I didn't feel that same way about the rest of them. I just didn't.
Yeah, and I think as well you've seen some players that have, again, they hit a height last year. Will Ferry, essentially, unbelievable last season. Really up and down this season. Again, he's got into bits and games, but it's probably no produced the 90 minutes he wants.
Yeah. I think he's been nursing an injury as well. He's got a bad back. Yeah. I could relate to that, Rondo. Let me tell you, he's performing way above what I could ever dream of. But there'll be reasons for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be when you're in that team, regardless of your position. When the team as a whole are losing the same goal over and over and over again, it must get to you. Now you could argue, well, do something about it, like defend better. I get that, but if it's no coming from your side of the park or whatever, like it's still going to bother you, because you're doing all these things in training. I'm assuming that you're working on that. I would like to think that they're doing that anyway, and ultimately, Abdi's wasting their time because we'll keep losing the same goal.
Yeah, it was like I say, you go for getting that good 3 points on Tuesday to give you the bit of the motivation, regardless of the run and everything that we've been on.
And the Johnny Russell effect. Abdi was on a fucking high.
And certainly the first 20 minutes, but probably the first 35 minutes. Well, what?
Rubbish.
But we've seen that loads of times this season already.
That's why people are raging. That's why people are calling for the manager to go. That's why. Not personal. It's just because of what we've seen.
Yeah.
And it's really not been good enough.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's of that opinion as well. You could see him in his post-match interviews. And I agree with a lot of what he says. Sometimes I don't. I think one thing he said on Friday is we didn't come out to sit in. I mean, I've been to Parkhead. I've been to Fir Park this season. That's exactly what we come out to do. We were sitting in like our lives depended on it in these games. And you're never going to be successful doing that.
No, for it to be like this LN March and the season be over, in inverted commas, is a real frustrating
It's
thing.
shite. It's absolutely shite. We've still got 9 games to go. I'll probably go to at least 8 of them. I can't see you going to Ibrox. But I'm an idiot. I just go to these games. It's going to be hard to entice some fans that are maybe not as daft as me to go to these games, because like, what we're playing for. Even if you sell it, we're trying to play for 7th. The fans really care. I'm sure the club do, because the prize money, and it'll be slightly more and whatever, but whether you're 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, it doesn't really fucking matter, does it?
Yeah.
For fans,
as long as you're 11th and 12th.
No, of course, but it's just the same.
Yeah.
You're bottom half.
Yeah.
You're not going to play any of the so-called bigger teams. I suppose we're fortunate that we're going to get a derby, so the club will be liking that, because that should, you would think,
be at Tannadice.
Sell out, maybe.
It should be at him as well.
Yeah. But it's hard to, it feels hard to pick ourselves up now. There's 9 games left, and barring something major happening, we should be safe for next season.
I mean, again, look at the Scottish Cup as well, you know. Falkirk in the semi-finals. Last night's result.
Unbelievable. But you know what, so some people online, I think they were, and understandably so, but they were laughing, and they were saying, this is great, Aberdeen are even worse than us. But that pisses me off even more. No, these guys laughing at them, that's just such a missed opportunity.
So that's what I was going to get at.
Because there's going to be no Celtic or Rangers, there's no Hearts, there's no Hibs, there's no Aberdeen, there's no Motherwell.
It's 0-0 we Rangers Celtic just now, and St Mirren play Partick the night.
Yeah, and if we had beat Falkirk, there would have been no Falkirk. It's such a missed opportunity, Ron.
So Dunfermline, Falkirk, one of the old firm, and either St Mirren or Partick.
Yeah. It's. I'm not even saying that I would put money on United to beat any of the teams, but just to give yourself a chance. But we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't. We went through. We didn't put our best foot forward. In fact, we put them backwards. If anything, like we sat back hoping to just negate whatever they were going to do and maybe hit them later on in the game. And it didn't work out. Like we were lucky to only be 2-1 down at half time.
Good, bad and ugly?
Well, the good's Johnny Russell. That's it. It's 2 words. It's Johnny Russell. The bad, to go in the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup when a fair few bigger teams are already out, massive missed opportunity for us. But the way the season's gone, it's not overly surprising. And ugly is the continued defensive frailties and chosen formation that everyone in their granny can see isn't working and has essentially ended our season as a going concern.
And obviously all we need next is a Dundee derby, who beat a certain Motherwell yesterday.
Yeah. And then they played quite well doing so. Like they defended solidly, something that we've not seen our team do for a while. And they took their chances, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, because there were only 2 on target.
Yeah.
I think that
they're going to be up for it. That's one of my criticisms of United in derbies recently is Dundee seem to be more up for it. And I don't know why that is.
It's derbies have not been fun of late.
No, and you can. I'm a weirdo. I like derbies.
Yes.
But they scalped us 4-2. They beat us 1-0, albeit this beautiful Ivan Dolchek picture, we beat them. But that's when we can't what we were doing on the park. So I can't say I'm overly looking forward to it. I don't know what we're going to get. I've no idea if we're going to be up for it. I would like to think we are, because the fans are still up for it. The fans still sold it out in about an hour or whatever it was, all the tickets went.
Yeah.
But it's just purely about bragging rights and staying above them just now, is it? That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we've got left.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at, obviously they won 1-0 in New Year, which was shite. We won 2-0 there, and then last season there was obviously then in March, which you thought they'd won the World Cup the way it...
Rondo, they battered us that day.
Yeah, but again, we said this at one point, like it could have been just a draw and whatever else.
So Simon Murray scored with the last kick of the back to make it 4-2. Like they should have been at half time.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's a derby. Like it's the derby.
Yeah. But it matters to me and you. Is it going to matter to the boys with the shirt on?
I think when you look in the dressing room, certainly Johnny Russell has got to be saying, like, come on, fuck lads. Like, I've played in these. I can't with these days.
It shouldn't even need that.
I can. But maybe a new voice hopefully can say, fucking come on lads. You know what I mean? I have no idea what the fuck we're going to get next week.
So we'll get 3 at the back.
But what?
But
that's nailed on.
But out with that, who knows? Who knows what we're going to get?
Mm-hmm.
I've no idea. I just don't can. They just seem to be a really hard-working team just now. The boy Hay scored the winner against us the last time. Obviously, Simon Murray's now come back in. He scored a couple of goals recently, so I could see him getting an hour and then Hay coming on because he's just coming back for injury. But I just didn't know what we're going to get for us. I really don't. Fatah's going to be back. He's got to start.
Yovo.
I'm assuming Yovo's going to be starting. Yeah, I'm just not sure.
I think you've got to go. Yovo's got to come back in. You've got to get Vichko into midfield with Mane and Pan, because I think Sybil will still be out for a couple of weeks. John Russell's probably not fit enough to start.
He's not starting for a few weeks.
That could be Saps and Waters a bit form. Again, John Russell got half an hour. Could you just play him for the start? Up with Fatah?
No chance.
I didn't see it happening.
No chance.
Yeah, a good half an hour out of him, you never can. But yeah, again, if it's going to be the 3, which it fucking will be, I think you need 3 in midfield. You need to win that ball.
They play 4 at the back, don't they? They go 4-3-3, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what they've been playing. Let's just have a quick look.
So what are we thinking? 3-5-2?
Oh, come on. I think so. Let's go yesterday. They are playing a 4-2-3-1. Yesterday.
Your favoured formation, Rondo?
I like a 4-2-3-1. McCracken, Wright, Astley, Graham, Samuels, Hamilton, Cotterill, Congreve, Dundee, Yagan, Murray. Because I think they are going to win now, and I think Murray will hold on to that jersey, even though the boy
just
hates,
now.
But
yeah, just now he will. He's done nothing to be drunk for, I suppose.
So yeah, I think that's kind of what they've been playing. I mean, their stats were off for summer hours last week against Motherwell.
Yeah,
but
Motherwell held all the ball.
They scored their 2 goals with their 2 shots on target. So, so slow. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's
I'm not fearful. I'm never fearful going into a derby, but I just don't care what we're going to get.
Yeah,
I just do not know what United are going to give us.
Yeah,
and that's where the seed of doubt is in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, it'll be packed.
Of course, it's
certainly for our end.
I am assuming they will park out their end because they will smell blood, Rondo. Of course they will.
Yeah,
and like what are they? They're still behind us in the league. Is it a couple of points?
2 points.
So, I mean, that's what they're going to be all week in their training ground. I'm assuming that they're going.
I'm assuming.
I'm into them. You go ahead.
In the dressing room around that training ground, they will have a picture of the league table 7 and 8 with a 2-point gap.
Yeah.
That's what I think they'll hit around.
100%.
Because the motivation. That's what I would do.
Yep.
Can.
But they usually get up for a wee bit better than.
And we don't.
Recently. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is really frustrating.
It's mind-boggling to me. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I do not understand it.
And then we'll have a pod right after that.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Can.
Is it another kick-off?
I think it's 2. The Celtic one's 12.
Half 12 or 12 or some shit. Yeah, that's going to be a great laugh at 5 o'clock next week. Usually I say a away game can get a point. It's not the worst result, but we've got to be one. We need 3.
Yeah.
Need 3.
Yeah.
Given you want to play the Old Firm.
Of course, yeah. No, we do.
And I mean,
it's not really an away game.
No, but
again, it's not Tannadice, but it's not really an away game.
Maybe I'll pass a bar a couple of times.
Well, that would be something that we've not shown that we can do up to now.
Yeah, well, what do you think we'll do next week? What do you think
I think we'll...
any changes to the team?
Well, the thing is...
You've Fatah got to come back in?
For me to do, yeah. Yeah, for me to do. You're going to have Maynard Brewer, you're going to have Will Ferry, Stevenson. It's probably going to be Keris, Ross Graham and Yovu.
To put
whatever way you want to put that about, probably that way actually.
Yeah. To put Vichko in midfield.
Vichko, Pan, Mane, and it's got to be Fatah, and I suspect Waters. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Johnny Russell will come on and score the winner. And I'll take it.
I'll fucking take it. I'll tell you that. Buy me a coffee this weekend, Paul.
Yes, some more bought. So Geordie bought 2 coffees. Hey, a couple of these, maybe add some whiskey to them to make it easier. Good job, Geordie. Jed bought a coffee. With JR back, what are your favourite memories of him? Mine's just probably that goal against Dundee, when he's hammered it past Rob Douglas. He's run up the Dode Fox side of the ground, cut in, hammered it past some Dundee fan behind the goals, giving it away because he doesn't think it's in, and then he's quickly sitting down.
Yeah. Well, mine just, I was going to actually mention it earlier, but I remember this. Mine just probably the first game I had as an announcer against Rangers within a minute, within 15 seconds. That's probably just because, I mean, that is anything off of that Dundee goal and loads of these other goals and whatever, but that was pretty special. Like, that was being pitchside or at the tunnel, reading the teams out, as then they come out and you're thinking, this is amazing. The game kicks off, literally go down the tunnel, up the stairs, into my wee cupboard, and he's effectively putting it through. Is it Neil Alexander? Or Cammy Bell maybe, or whatever, and it's going in, and it was literally like, who's got an injury? You just basically gamble that the guy that celebrates it must have been him. So that's probably up there. And coming on the pod was pretty cool. We got a really cool insight into
all the way from Kansas.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Even though he cancelled on with the day before, but that's all right. But John, he was brilliant.
Good memories.
They would, but that Dundee goal is
chef's kiss. Leo's empty bought a coffee. What a night we had. 30 people in Paul's house, and I hope he hasn't checked his kettle. I love that.
That's definitely a total.
DJ Retty bought a coffee. Finally received my raffle prize from the live event. Wasn't aware carrier pigeon still delivered mail. Father-in-law to blame for not collecting it on the night. Joking aside, whatever the results, always listen to the podcast. Keep up the great work. And someone bought a coffee. On the subject of my nickname, Pumper, do you two Nuggets have or had any other nicknames? So I've had Hightower. There's a shock. I've had Lurch. There's a shock. And I've had China as in China Doll, because it rhymes with Paul. And I'm sure there's been other names that I can't quite remember. What have you got? Rondo? Surely you've had RC.
Rondo, Ron John.
Ron John. Was that when you were in your rap days?
Oh, Claire someone calls us Ron now and again. Usually, no, if I'm in trouble. Ron John, Ron Don. Any rhymes, it's easier. You fucking arsehole.
That's my nickname for you.
Hopeless arsehole, hopeless bastard. Mine's would be pretty. I mean, I went to Ronnie pretty. It's not a nickname, but I showed him my Sunday name.
Ronald. Ronnie is a nickname.
I mean, forget that. My gran used to always call us that. She would never call us Ronnie. I'd still, like, even when last year, like in the notes, kind of like it goes in about the announce the deaths and that, even just seen like the Sunday names, like,
what's that?
So it was a wee bit weird, like, so that was, I've not really had anything like that.
So mine are better than yours then.
I did go through, when I moved to Craig, I basically gave myself a nickname. I thought I'll go into a new school and call it, and I'm not actually, I actually can't really remember. I remember giving myself a nickname.
Did you call yourself the King or Handsome?
No, you handsome devil. No, it was. I want to say something happened back. I bet it comes to us after we finish. And if I do, we'll
re-record the whole thing. It'll be fine.
Here, because I don't know if the cameras work. But as long as it's recorded, I'm not really care. But no, nothing too eventful. But if you've anything else, if you want to buy us a coffee, thank you very much. Dode Fox. buymeacoffee.com/Dode podcast. Right, China. Let's go on to the Tannadice Test.
Oh, God.
Need some fun after the week we've had.
We've had a shite week.
Get what I mean? Player profile. Born April 10th, 1985, a midfielder signed June the 12th, 2007 by Craig Levein, went on to make 236 appearances for United, scoring 9 goals.
236 signed by Levein.
Stop fucking trying to look at that.
Not at all, Rondo. Cheating is not what I'm about. 236 appearances. Have we spoke to her?
Cheating if you're the boy McCann that throws himself on the deck.
Yeah.
No, we have not. I believe there has been a conversation, but he wasn't really up for it.
Is it Prince Boabin?
It is not.
It's not Prince Boabin.
He said that the other week, and I was
I'm just going to keep saying that until you pick him. What did Levine sign?
Quite a few. I'll give you a clue.
Go for it.
Spewed on his first day of pre-season.
Willow Flood.
Correct.
Willow Flood.
Yeah. Ken, what height it's got down here? There's
6'5" or something.
There's obviously a reason I didn't give his height, right? 5'6.5".
And a half. You still hate to add the half when you're that height.
Round 2, higher or lower? Is Willow Flood's 9 goals higher or lower than Pierre Canero's appearances for United?
Higher. I think he only played about 6 or 7 games.
Lower.
It's lower.
12. Mm-hmm. Team sheet's back.
Oh, great.
This is novel. United beat Falkirk 3-1 at the Falkirk Stadium in 2005. Goals from Barry Robson, Peter Canero and Colin Samuel. I'm looking for 3 missing names from this team sheet. Number 1, Derek Stilley. 2, Mark Wilson. 3 is blank. 5, Alan Archibald. 6, Peter Canero. 7, Mark Kerr. 8 is blank. 10, Jim McIntyre. 11, Barry Robson. 20, David Fernandez. And 23 is blank. The subbies on the day were Samson, Kenneth, Duff, McInnes, Cameron, Samuel and Miller, who are 3, 8 and 23.
Kerr?
Mark Kerr's number 7, to tell you that.
Thought it was number 8 for us. 2005.
Stilley, Wilson, Archibald, Canero, Kerr, McIntyre, Robson, Fernandez.
McCracken, was he still at us?
Correct, number 3.
Yeah. McCracken. So 8 and 23.
Yeah. Have they spoke to either of them? Have they been on the radar? You wouldn't want to speak to one of them.
Correct. So we're looking at a midfielder and an attacker.
You're definitely looking for a midfielder, and you're probably looking for a defender.
So McInnes.
He's on the bench. Samson, Kenneth, Duff, McInnes, Cameron, Samuel and Miller were the subs.
Did you say Cameron there?
Correct, Cameron, yeah.
I think I can, Rondo. I can't think. The names I'm thinking you've already said. Can't think.
Number 8, Grant Brebner.
Oh, yeah. Should have got that.
Number 23.
That's a boy. This will be the boy. Richie.
Paul Ritchie. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
It's going well this week. Going well.
Paul Ritchie.
Also played for St Johnstone, Hibs, Falkirk, Gretna, Cowdenbeath and East Stirlingshire.
Falkirk, Hibs, St Johnstone, Cowdenbeath.
Not in alphabetical order either, in career order.
Falkirk, Hibs. Or St Johnstone, Falkirk, Hibs.
St Johnstone, Hibs, Falkirk, Gretna, Cowdenbeath, East Stirlingshire.
It's not Chris Ennis, is it?
Nope. He's been a favourite of yours.
No, it's just it's because you pick them as fucking random names.
Hey, no.
Cowdenbeath and East Stirling, it must have been at the end of his career.
It's in career order.
I don't care. It's not Jimmy Gomez. I don't care.
John O'Neill.
I'd never have got that. I would have never have got that. He started us, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so first to St Johnstone, yeah.
St Johnstone.
He was good at Hibs, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Round number 5 of a very brilliant performance so far for old China here. Who am I? Started my football career in France. I made over 300 appearances for clubs there before heading for England. My 12 league goals saw the Saddlers drew attention from United and they paid £150,000 for me. Injuries didn't help my time at Tannadice. I retired a year after leaving and I'm currently working as a sports agent. Who am I?
Who are the Saddlers?
I can't quite remember.
Saddlers. And he's now
Walsall.
Walsall. What was the bit about his time at United?
Started my football career in France, made over 300 appearances for clubs there before heading for England. My 12 league goals with the Saddlers drew attention for United and they paid £150,000 for me.
Roger Bowley.
Correct. I knew you'd get that. You like Roger Bowley.
If you hadn't tell us it was Walsall, I'd have never got that.
Yeah. Only scored 1 goal, but should have scored 2 others.
Correct. Mike McCurry saw that he didn't. The gee that he is.
Yeah, so that was that. Right, loan report and all that.
Loan report, yeah. Miller Thompson at Ross County. Miller's not been in the last 2 squads for Ross County and they did draw nothings up with Arbroath yesterday. Did you see the image?
What's going on there?
Ross Doherty getting eye gouged.
But I was more trying to work out what I was doing, the gouge.
Oh, I don't know who he is.
Unbelievable, that.
And Ross Doherty got sent off. I think it was the tackle before that into that. But yeah, mental. Owen Sturton and Scotty Constable at Airdrie. It was a trip to Lesser Hamden on Saturday for Owen and Scott. Owen would start this one, played for an hour before being withdrawn. Then in the 69th minute, Scotty Constable got off the bench and into the action for the last 20 or so. The game would finish 1-0 to Queen's Park. Charlie Dewar at Alloa, he wasn't in the squad, he's picked up a knock and he'll be out for a week or 2. Rory Adams at East Fife. It would be a home match for Rory on Saturday as Hamilton Accies were the visitors. It wouldn't be the happiest of days for him, however, as despite playing the whole match, Hamilton took all 3 points, courtesy of a 3-0 win. Lewis O'Donnell at Cove Rangers. It would be another 90 minutes for Lewis on Saturday, and he even set up the winner on the day as Cove beat Peterhead 2-1. Harry Welsh at Stirling Albion. It would be a 2-game week for Harry this past week with a trip to face the Spartans on Tuesday, resulting in Harry getting the last 20 minutes of a game that they would sadly lose 2-0. Then on Saturday, he was back on the bench as his side travelled to Annan. It was an incredibly entertaining match as Annan stormed into a 3-0 lead by half-time. Albion managed to pull 2 goals back, however, before Harry was then introduced in the 65th minute. Just 12 minutes later, he would set up his side's equaliser, and 3-3 is the way that it ended. Calvin Beattie at Brecon City. In midweek, Brecon were at home to Devon Vale, and Calvin never had a great night. He had to wait until the 67th minute before getting off the bench, and just 8 minutes later he was subbed off with an injury. That meant that he was not in the squad for his side's trip to Fraserburgh on Saturday. Lewis Haldane and Finlay Simpson at Jeanfield Swifts. Lewis and Finlay headed through to the outskirts of Edinburgh on Saturday for their league match against Newton Grange Star. Lewis would play the full 90 minutes and keep a clean sheet, and Finlay would come on in the 76th minute as Jeanfield won 2-0. Josh Holt at Lochee United. No idea if Josh played or not, but his lone side lost 4-2 at home to Carnoustie Panmure. Connell Shields, I'm led to believe, is still on loan at Gallifreydine Rovers, and I have no idea if he's seen the pitch. The academy team last Monday, the under-19s, went away to Celtic and defeated them 2-1. The goals were scored by Keir Gilligan and Emil Franzak. And that's your lot today, Rondo.
Nice one. We are hosting an evening with the men who kissed silver on Friday, 27th of March. Chamber East for the longest 40. Craig Brewster, Dave Bowman, Craig Conway and Sean Dillon will be chatting about 2 special days at Hampden in 1994 and 2010, and tickets are on sale at thelongest40.com. On this day then, association with the Arab Archive, preserving the history of Dundee United Football Club since 2006. The 9th of March is a focus day. 2 games this week, both Scottish Cup quarter-finals as well. Love Street, so often a graveyard for United Scottish Cup hopes, for once brought United tangible reward in 1985. Backed by a travelling support of well over 3,000, United won this tie comfortably, despite being reduced to 10 men almost immediately after half-time when Paul Sturrock was sent off. Gough Bannon, a Davy Dodds double, won the tie 4-1. United sent their large and very noisy travelling support home down the A9 with one of the most enjoyable Scottish Cup days since the final of 2010, added to the memory bank at the Caledonian Stadium in 2014, and this might even be the bus trip when Nadir was throwing sweets and fighting Ryan Dow. Chief G got a double, Gav Gunnan scored a penalty plus second-half goals from GMS, and 6-foot Stuart Armstrong sent United into the Scottish Cup semi-final, but the 5-0 scoreline marked Jackie McNamara's biggest win as United manager, and also saw United secure their first clean sheet since this side of Christmas. No sign-ins and no birthdays either.
Fair dues.
Episode 326 is done. A Dundee derby is in the offing. Paul, what will I get sat opposite you in about 7 days' time?
Dinna be surprised if the big baldy specky arsehole sat opposite you is Bylan.
You can find them all, DodeFoxPodcast.com. Follow us on the socials. We're at DodeFox Podcast. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell on YouTube, and you can support the pod at buymeacoffee.com/DodeFox Podcast. Have a great week. Stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands and your arsehole.